Welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts Vitamix playthrough.
We just got scolded, and now she's very sad.
Yep.
Which leads the way for evil plans.
Join us next time when we take on Halloween Town. Bye.
I wish.
Yeah, me too.
But no, we've got it.
We got a witch to put down. But first she's gonna play her little word game with a very...
Yeah, they always speak.
It's not like all teenage girls are stupid, but my god.
What are you talking about?
Seriously.
But remember, she didn't
Like
want
Ariel in the actual movie and in this game, and it's just... She's always portrayed as just this spoiled little brat.
Well, I don't know. She's not... I think you overestimate the knowledge of young kids.
I overestimate the knowledge of young redheads.
Well, that was hair cyst, but okay.
Hair cyst.
Oh, see, this is what I think you should just learn. Just don't trust ugly people. It's just the moral of a lot of stories.
Just saying.
But
It's not like she's evil or anything.
yeah, see, this didn't translate well, because at least in the movie she had... It was kind of like a bigger thing she was getting.
Yeah, that's probably why
Much less vague.
That's probably why it bothers me more in this game, because she literally just went, well, if you take your daddy's stuff, I can do something for you, and that's basically
yeah,
it.
she's just all like, alright.
I'll do it. I hate my dad.
But I guess maybe she was up... But he did break her crystal thing, which looked like it sort of belonged to him in the first place, but... Whatever, they never explained.
Yeah, that's a good point. Did that actually belong to Trident at one point, and he just kind of sealed it away?
It could be. He purposely didn't want the keyhole to be... Oh, wait, sorry. But yes, that is why he destroyed it. I love how it's floating there like an item.
You got King Trident's trident.
And just where was he at that point?
I don't know.
So this is what
This was such a poorly written world.
Yes, he went... Okay, let's see. He destroyed it with the trident.
Mm-hmm.
He came back, dropped it off, left.
He can't be taking a leak. Okay, we've ruled that out.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't have the right. How does that work? Time to figure it out. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
But then apparently all that has happened, and then this can happen in all that short time.
I love this. Yes, you did. You're just saying that because you're in front of your dad now.
Well, yeah, but she'll take him. Or she'll take her to a new world. Oh, wait. Her wordplay's gonna come into words.
Yes, words. I did kind of like this little twist. It's like basically sending her to hell, but in the Kingdom Hearts universe.
Which is stupid, because...
I thought that line was stupid. We can't find the keyhole. You guys can't find the keyhole anyway.
Yeah, I know. You're right. It's like no one can. Why did she assume... Yeah, if she thought Sora could, why did you think her stupid eels could? Oh, well.
I also thought it was, like, really creepy, but also really fit her character that she called Sora handsome.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is kind of weird, but I don't think it was supposed to be in that type of way. I think it was more like a...
No, she's definitely a cougar.
Oh, maybe, but I think that's more just what old people call young people. You'll be surprised what people will say. Like at my job, I'll have people call me like Hun and Sweetie.
Like pet names, yeah.
And it's just it's weird, but
yeah, I get that.
Although I don't know, you're right. Oh, right.
But it's Ursula. You can't trust ugly people. We just established this.
That's true.
There's another save point in the clam or oyster. Is that interchangeable or is there a difference?
Clam and oyster?
Yeah.
I'm almost 100% certain there is a difference. But I'm also...
But I couldn't tell you because that's the recorder's curse.
But I actually don't.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I think oysters have pearls, clams you eat. No, you eat oysters. I don't know.
Oh,
we're not
man.
marine biologists. Don't ask us.
Yeah.
And this is I guess you could say sort of like the
Dead.
screwdriver version of the giant octopuses.
Well, it's funny you say that because... Oh, no, I see what you're saying. It technically is. The little aquatic versions of the soldiers, basically, those are called screwdrivers. And the aqua tank that carries them it's basically that. It carries a group of them with it. And then when it dies, they're released.
Is that like a fish thing?
It's based off of the angler.
Ooh, that's cool. Oh, it is an anglerfish.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it's got a stupid antenna. Whatever you call it. It's angled.
It's angler. Well, yeah, its antenna, the actual anglerfish's antenna gives off a light and, you know, I guess...
Fishes like it.
Yeah, and I killed it too quickly for you people to notice, but it has lightning-based spell attacks, so that's its element.
Yeah, which is... I don't know, does that make sense for underwater? For underwater creatures to have?
Let's not get into that. Lightning and electricity are two totally different things.
That is 100% true. Do you know there has to be a video game where you have one spells lightning and one spells electricity?
Idiot. Heal, you idiot.
You survived it?
No.
See, this is a prime example of why I just think swimming combat is just stupid.
Yeah, that's basically why I left it in, because some people would argue that they, well, maybe not prefer this gameplay, but just the fact that you can't dodge makes it, you know, more difficult. You know, dodging nerfs the game to shit. And I understand that claim. Like, you can just dodge roll to high hell and not get hit at all. But at the same time, after dodging and blocking, like, you can't even guard.
Yeah, you can't. I was about to say, see, if you notice, he was you could say, like, oh, it's about parrying his teeth like that, but you can't guard.
Yeah.
Which kind of just... You know, it's weird. He does have pupils. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who always assumes he doesn't. They're just so small.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was just thinking out loud. I was just thinking how I thought that was just...
We've done that a few times throughout this playthrough, but, you know, again, that's one of the cons to improv.
I don't think nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So, is there... I don't know, I'm gonna stop questioning Atlantica. And what is this? Is this from the movie?
No. None of this is from the movie.
But that weird dragon symbol?
I don't think so.
Maybe she was just marking her lair.
Yeah, like, I'm here, but you guys can't get in. Haha.
The den of... This area has always been a weird thing to me.
It always reminds me of, Mufasa... not Mufasa. Scar's number in, Lion King.
Don't remember.
Well, the, instead of, like, the red geysers, imagine them, like, being green.
Like his song he sings?
Mm-hmm. His number. That's what I said.
I know that's what I mean. I don't know, maybe.
Be prepared.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember the line. There's so many Disney movies I know I've seen, I just don't remember.
Well, yeah. And it's like, you feel like you've had your fill after playing a game like this, you know?
I know, but these are just not very good. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I feel like some Disney movies are handled very well in this game.
I think so, too. Well...
Or this series. What are those things?
These are... It's actually kind of interesting. I remember this much. Those are basically all the people that Ursula has screwed over. Like, their soul and energy has been sapped from them.
And that's, like, from the movie?
Mm-hmm.
That's disturbing. I love this part.
This is amazing. This is why Donald is in the game.
Just for this one. That's just the best face.
It is. I love how his beak gets all bent when it really
Yeah.
shouldn't be able to, but, you know, cartoons, lol. Okay. Ursula Phase 1, spoiler alert, once again.
As you could see, he's casting magic in the pot.
Yeah, please just take it from here. I don't have anything to say about this fight except for the fact that I hate it to pieces.
I do, because she's actually invincible when she's not stunned like this. And I guess it's sort of explained. Triton's all like, "Yo, watch out for a cauldron." What's interesting is that when I was younger, I've beaten the game, but I don't remember ever doing this when I was younger. I think I just tanked damage for so long that eventually Donald just did it. Just kind of.
Does Donald even aim for the cauldron?
No, but I'm thinking, I was in the battle for so long, just trying to figure out what to do, that his thunder, like a rogue thunder, just kept going in. Because, like, is this like a consistency thing? Like, were you able to gauge exactly? Because I've done this fight so many times, and I still don't really exactly understand.
Well, there's really... Honestly, I don't think there's a trick to it. I don't think it has anything to do with timing. It has several stages of how much magic can be pumped into it. And you notice that a light emitted from it, green light, that started shining from the cauldron. Then it started shining even more, and then it exploded in her face. It's not necessarily a 1, 2, 3 thing. You just gotta keep pumping it full of magic. And I recommend thunder spells for that, because that will always land in the cauldron. I'm not really sure if the trick is to just hit the cauldron with magic, or hit it inside.
Yeah, I don't know that. You're right, when fire goes in, it does arc and get into it, but it's not very reliable.
That being said, for being one of the more abstract boss fight gimmicks, I do appreciate that it's so abstract that they felt the need to have Triton explain it. You know, because who would have guessed that's what you would have to do?
Yeah, you're right. Although, sorry, that has nothing to do with that. But I was gonna say that like tornado thing. Is that like her version? Well, of pumping in magic.
That's yeah. If she gets enough magic in, she can perform several spells, and it's usually just that kind of. What's the aquatic equivalent? I know a maelstrom. A whirlpool or a maelstrom.
Ooh, that's what a maelstrom is?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that in this game before as an attack.
Yep.
But I don't. Oh, that's interesting. But it's like, yeah, it really is just like you just keep pumping in magic until...
Yep. And I'm on my last elixir. Fire is a good way if you need to save your magic, because it's technically half of a bar?
It's... They call it something. They say a little bit of MP. I love that she like is in fear of death, sort of. What is she afraid of?
Well, no, she was just really pissed that we killed her pets off.
But she looked afraid.
Well, no, she was very taken aback. She cared for those two things, believe it or not.
So maybe you weren't. What was the first thing you thought of when you got this new ability?
No more dolphin.
My first thing was go into the same hole that Ursula escaped through.
Yeah, except
that didn't work.
Except for the part where you get a little dialogue box saying it is plugged up by something. And the first time I read that, I thought that meant she got stuck in it.
And like that was part of the...
If only. If only.
It's so funny how things as silly as that just does not faze the child's mind.
Yeah.
You just think, oh, I guess that's just part of the game.
She got stuck in the thing. I win.
Oh, that's funny.
But as I said before, that was phase 1 of the fight. Phase 2 will bring much, much pain. And a hell of a lot of death scenes.
What was that for?
It's just my go-to thing.
Just switching Goofy out?
Yep.
For bosses, or just change of pace?
For this particular boss, I thought he would work better.
I guess, yeah. Well, Donald just seems to do thunder all the time, and she's got thunder, so...
Yeah, that's kind of the... It's funny you said that, because Atlantica seems... Their main spell seems to be thunder. It's kind of odd.
Yeah, I feel like it would just be bad for the entire ecosystem. But,
well, it is, you know.
But
I'm sorry, this is a very bad part. But basically what I'm trying to say is It's just a weird, not conspiracy, just a misconception about electricity and lightning, like what kind of effect it would have on the entire ocean.
Oh yeah. Well, like yeah, I guess that's true. Because if you think about it, I'm pretty sure lightning strikes the ocean consistently.
Attack on Triton.
Clever. But yeah, this is probably. You're welcome. This is probably a very talked about fight, I would say.
Oh yes. At least she's not in default phase.
Yeah, this is very, very well animated.
The eyes are fucking goofy though. If you
Oh my god!
because they're programmed to always be fixed on you, they're a little buggy.
I'm never going to not notice that now.
Seriously?
No, I never noticed that until right now. Oh my god. It's hilarious.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's really, really bad, but that's basically what it is. She's always fixated on Sora, and it's just because they're not... Okay, here's the difference. It's not default face, unlike everybody else. It's a fully animated head model. And...
It's default,
it's
like, animation, I guess, or what?
Well, it's defaultly animated, but the eyes are locked onto wherever Sora's position is, so she will always be looking in that direction. However, the difference between pre-rendered cutscenes and like live animation like this, you know, it's hard to say, you know, if they would have even considered it a factor. But it's one of those things you couldn't really work around.
Yeah, probably. Well, no, probably not.
I apologize for the quality. I'm not doing this fight again. I'm not doing it again. I'm sorry.
This fight's got a lot going on. It might be. Okay, despite all my bitching, I will admit, having like a mechanic where you avoid that attack by using the dolphin kick. Now there is the strategy, and there's like the stuff under like combat needed. I wish they added more things like that though.
Like for exclusive underwater skills?
Yeah, like this. That's a reaction strategy in a fight.
Yeah,
that's why even though a lot of people hate this fight, I mean I don't like it either. But I personally think it sort of does a good job of making swimming not feel as bad as I think it is.
I think it's cool that because it's really the only world you have the mermaid kick, that it makes you utilize it as much as possible before you have to leave. And I did like that bit where, yeah, she's, you know, basically sucking you in to basically chew on you, you know, just eat you, you know, attack, hence the joke. But, and yeah, you're just fighting the current, and that's what the mermaid kick does. That is the other shortcut where you don't need the dolphin anymore to get past calm depths.
Is having the dolphin kick?
Mm-hmm. Because it beats the current because of how fast you're swimming.
Not as well as the dolphin, mind you, but
yeah, it takes some time, but you're moving forward. Now, a point that the guide makes is to pay attention to her speech, because what she says always corresponds with the type of attack she uses, and it's very easy to memorize.
This won't be pretty.
This won't be pretty, so get used to hearing that 100 fucking times.
I love looking at that move from a distance. Because when you're...
That's pretty cool.
Because when you're up close, you just take damage and you have no idea what happened.
Yep. So, basically what I decided to do was stock up on elixirs. I don't care if they're rare, this is what they were made for. Because she will just spam the crap out of the "this won't be pretty" move, which is basically an all-area shockwave that you cannot block, you cannot evade, as long as you're inside the parameter of the attack. So what I did is I stocked up on items that could refill my health and magic, and I used the basically the parasite cage strategy whenever I could, so I could easily get out of the way of any of her attacks otherwise, because if you're up in her face about it, you know, that's really what triggers it. because bosses, something I admire about the bosses, as long as we're on the topic, is their ability to perceive where you are as in terms of distance. They're not just fixated on your location, but how far, how close they are, and they will attack accordingly.
Yeah, that is true. I always like, well, it's because they really like to make their battlefields big.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a lot of stationary or slow-moving bosses like this.
Yeah.
So they just...
Back in the phase 1 of the Jafar boss fight, he had a little move where if you were close to him, he kind of slammed his staff down, created a little shockwave just to get you out of his grill. Yes. I like that term.
I like that move.
Yes,
Her laser
Ursula
beam?
learned Hyper Beam somehow.
Well, she was charging it. Now she's got to rest.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I don't know why I found it interesting, but I just
Like, why
in this current form, you know, she's like really exerting her lungs, and that's why she needs to like take a breath when she uses her like lightning breath and shit.
Shouldn't she be breathing through her gills?
Disney magic, what can I tell ya?
Did she have that necklace before?
Did you see her eyes there?
No, were they like...
Even when she's, you know, dying, her
Yes.
eyes will still follow you. So have as much fun with that as you can.
Yeah, what?
She is now choking on water.
See, is that supposed to be from the movie? Or that death?
Kinda.
Did she, like, get Ariel's voice and then... I don't know. Again, I've never seen the movie, so I don't know. But once again, the trident perfectly appears like an item in a video game.
It's just
Like a
spinning
collectible.
around in the air. Isn't sinking at all.
See, this would have been cool if Triton was your party member.
Yeah, why isn't he? Well, I guess that would have been a bit overpowered.
No. This would have been cool. Oh yeah, speaking of Triton, I was talking about this in the previous part. But, or the part before that, I don't remember. But, Triton is the only, aside from, like, the main Disney characters, he is the only Disney character who actually knows about the Keyblade.
Mm-hmm.
Which you can see is common knowledge, obviously, is shown by the Final Fantasy gang. But none of the Disney characters are always in it, except he does, which I always liked. I always thought that it added more... It made it seem more like one giant universe.
Mm-hmm.
By actually having Disney characters know about the lore, for lack of a better, or the mythos.
Since we're coming up on it soon, not for a good while, but soon, I think the reason a lot of the Final Fantasy characters know about it is, again, because they
Where they
live
lived.
in
Yeah,
Hollow
yeah.
Bastion, and the king studied all about the hearts and the heartless. Of course he would know something about the Keyblade, and I would imagine he tried to, you know, teach his people about it too.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you don't, it's just...
But, you know, I get, as you say, it's a lot of the Disney royalty, really, that seems to have the ties with the Keyblade, which is kind of touched upon a little bit more in a later game. But, yeah, it is just a cool, well, I wouldn't really say it's even a cool thing. It's just, it's kind of irritating how much they tease you with the lore. Like, who knows what? What are they
Yeah.
not telling you?
Yeah, and, again, something else I was going to bring up in the last year, but it was his talking about how it brings ruin. And that is never addressed anywhere else in this game specifically.
Yeah.
But it does actually come back in the later games,
I know I'll get there someday.
with very good reason.
I'll find a way.
And now,
Not to defend that, but just my short little opinion is that rumors got around.
well, yeah, but I mean, from somewhere though.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like in this game, it's like you. Let's just say that it's sorta a Keyblade sorta becomes the equivalent of the Force in the later games.
Oh, let's not get into the Star Wars similarities, please. I really don't want to get into that.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll
I'm
get
not.
into-
I'm not denying that they're there.
We'll get it.
But let's save it for the actual.
Yeah, but it's. You know what I've learned? You'll be hard pressed to find a story that does not have themes with Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, it is. You know, the cliche
It's
dark
it's
versus
the
light.
space, yeah, it's the epic space opera, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
But that was Atlantica, right? Nothing else? Are you gonna explore more? Or
No, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
go to Dick Kingdom and then
Dick
we'll leave.
Kingdom, yes, indeed. Thank you. Oh man, I was done with this place when we got here. I do not like Atlantica. It's pretty. We don't have to sing, which is nice. But, you know, Ursula being a boss, the magic cauldron.
Plus, it's just
I got nothing against redheads, just to clarify.
I don't know. I agree. It's just I don't know. It's just boring. It
It-
sort of
it
just has
really
the
was.
Agrabah problem where you're not really doing stuff. Is more just going a long ways from point A to point B.
Right.
Which I guess I can't say that's a bad thing. That's kind of what video games are based off of. But
Yeah, it's not a bad thing at all.
no, but just it's boring.
It really is. Well, that wraps it up for Atlantica. We will see you next time where we visit Traverse Town for some reason.
What's the reason? Find out.